Listen carefully because this is not just another vocal lesson. This is a confrontation. A confrontation between the voice you are using and the voice you are capable of using right now at this very moment. There is a struggle happening inside of you, not outside, inside. And most people lose this struggle without ever realizing it exists. You think your problem is your range, you think it's your tone, you think it's your technique, but the truth is deeper than that. Your greatest limitation is not your voice. Yeah, you heard me right. It's not your voice. Your greatest humiliation is not your voice. It is the hesitation, it is fear, it's the self consciousness that you feel. That self consciousness that keeps you from singing. It is the tension that keeps your real voice locked inside. There is a version of your voice that is free, open, powerful. But every time you sing, something stops you. You hold back. You shrink the sound. You adjust yourself to feel safe. And in that moment, you are not singing. You are hiding. You say you want to find your voice, but your habit says something else. You avoid the uncomfortable notes. You avoid the cracks. You avoid sounding bad. And because of that, you never reach what is real. You never really get to sing well. I need you to understand this clearly. A restricted voice is not a weak voice, it is a controlled voice. It is a held back voice. It is a voice that is silenced. And a silenced voice is learned. You learn it. It's not a habit you were born with, it's a habit that you just develop. And every time that you are afraid of being heard, every time you are afraid of somebody correcting you, you are afraid of somebody saying, you're not singing well. Every time you compare yourself to someone better, you didn't lose your voice, you buried your voice. But today, everything is going to change. And you must understand one principle. Your real voice does not appear in comfort, it appears in release. If you're always trying to sound good, you will never sound true. You will never sound like yourself. You never sound like who God wants you to be. If you're always trying to be perfect, you will never be free. I have some students who are perfectionists, and no matter how you teach them, they always want to be perfect before they go out, and it becomes a restriction. Once you are able to tell them this thing about the truth in finding your voice, they realize that it is in your imperfection that you find your imperfection, and you find progress, and then you find your voice. So if you're trying to be perfect, you will never be free. If you're always trying to sound good, you will never sound real. Finding your voice is not about finding your voice is not about adding more. It's about removing what is on the way, removing the tension, removing the fear, the need to impress, the need to show that, oh, I can sing well. No, because the moment you stop controlling your voice, you start discovering your voice. Now, listen carefully. This is where most people fail. They feel discomfort, they stop singing. They feel like, oh, I can't sing again. They feel a crack in their voice, they pull back. High note, no go area. A sound feels unfamiliar. I may go off key, let me not sing. And in doing that, they train themselves to stay small. Go and check all these good musicians, all these good singers. They had to stretch themselves. They had to do things that they never believed they could do. They needed to put themselves out there. And in that, they grew their voice. In that, they found their voice. Your voice does not grow in safety. That's the truth. It grows in exposure. Once you expose your voice, take it out. Just the way we say, let's go out, let's go and have drinks, let's go and enjoy ourselves. That is how you grow your voice. That note you're avoiding, that is where your voice is expanded. That sound you're afraid of, that is where your freedom is. Pain in training is not failure, it is feedback. Every time your voice feels unstable, you are stepping into something new. Every time it feels unfamiliar, you are breaking an old limitation. So the question is not, can you sing well? The question is not, can I sing well? The question is, am I willing to sound bad long enough to begin to sound real? Because most people are not. They protect their ego and they lose their voice in that. Now let's go deeper. Your voice is not just physical, it is psychological. At my school, we always train your voice to make sure that you understand that it starts from the mind. The way you think is the way you sing. Like one of my students, immediately I told him this about the way he thinks. That was the first time I heard him sing a song and I understood what he was actually singing in that song. So from your mind, you'll be able to control the way you're going to sing. If you think with doubt, your voice will hesitate. If you're thinking with fear, your voice will tighten. If you think with control, your voice will resist. So you need to think with freedom, with expression. You need to open up your mind so that your voice will open. And this is why technique alone is not enough. You can learn exercises, you can practice skills, but if you do not change what is happening inside of you, your voice will return to limitation. In our music program, especially the Find Your Voice signature program, we will first teach you how to use technique, we will give you exercises. Yes, you'll be seeing improvement. But students, we notice that as they are seeing the improvement, they are still shaky. So there is an aspect of the program whereby we will now work on your mindset. If you finish that class on mindset, my dear, you will believe in your voice. Trust Presidium Media. What are you saying? You must believe in your voice. Because if you don't change what is happening inside, your voice will always return to the limitation that you have set for it. So you must become aware of the voice in your mind. The one that says, that sounded bad, anytime you're singing, that's not good enough, don't push it. That voice feels like protection, but it's actually restriction. It's restricting you. And if you obey it, you stay where you are. If you want to find your voice, you must go against that voice. You must go against that voice. You must sing when it feels comfortable. You must explore when it feels uncertain. You must release when everything in you says, hold